anything, so don't type to me. I have to see, did it say? Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Karen Newman.
Anything, so don't type.
This is the video. Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Karen Newman. This is the Saturday Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It is Saturday, the 9th of July, 2022, and we are very excited to welcome back finally, after some delay, our lovely and talented channel, Jim Charles. Hi, Jim.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for welcoming me back. It's good to be back.
Yeah, so you were in the UK and you got to see all kinds of fantastic things.
Oh yeah, I had a great time there. Absolutely.
And
I got to spend an extra day there too.
And you saw Stonehenge?
Oh, yes, twice actually. I went on the solstice at 5 a.m. and stayed for a few hours, 2.5, I think. And it was open to the public and free of charge that day. So everybody could go in and touch the stones and be with the energy there, which was very strong. And then I went back the next day because I was meeting Danny Schutt there, and Christy Clark, my friend from Dublin, was coming and hadn't seen the stones yet. So we went a second day. So the 2 days were so different though. When the first day was like so animated and we were inside the stones and there was music and people drumming and all kinds of energy. And the next day it was like almost sterile because of that. They had barricades up. You couldn't get close to the stones. And, you know, it was just like a tourist attraction. But the first day was very different.
Very cool. I'm glad you got to see the difference between the two.
Yes. Yeah, it was amazing, really.
So you said you got all kinds of downloads. Was there anything that came through that you felt like was important to share?
There was some things. There was a download that the aliens have been sharing as well. And that was that the light codes and algorithms of the world are speeding up and getting faster, and time is moving slightly faster. And that's something that they did not expect or don't know really what that's all about. So
but the aliens don't understand why that's happening.
No, they don't understand why it's happening.
Okay.
But it is something about our solar system and mostly about our planet that it's happening. But it is affecting the whole universe in the butterfly effect in that way. So they're very concerned about it in some ways.
Interesting. Someone asked someone asked last week, because I channeled with Theos, and someone was asking about the solar ejections that have been they've been predicted by somebody with a Spanish name or Hispanic name, and what Theos said was that was a timeline. It wasn't like a guarantee, but that whenever there's a surge of energy within the planet of the universe, something somewhere has to give. Yes. And I'm wondering if, like, is it negative energy that drives it forward that could make it go faster or speed up, or is it positive energy? That
is just the point. They said they're not sure of what the outcome of it will be, but there has to be an outcome when this happens. It can be positive or negative, but they don't understand it because it really wasn't on their radar. So
sure. Yeah. So I know that even in, when you bring it to personal level, like when something becomes so tense, there has to be some release, there has to be something. And I'm just wondering if the world is getting to a place where something has to move, and maybe an acceleration is to get us there faster or past it faster as well.
Yes, yes. They said it's speeding up, and as it's speeding up, time is going a little faster. Scientists have already said that the earth is spinning just slightly faster, an 1/18 of a second faster, so again, something like that. But now it's more like a minute or more. So that's what concerns them, is it's sped up a lot. That's quite a lot, actually.
That is a lot. Yeah. That means we've lost days of the year, not even minutes of the year now.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's sped up to a minute yet, but it's getting close.
Wow. So my mom's right when she goes, time goes so fast. It's going too fast.
Going faster, but the scientists will not report that. Also, that'll affect weather and tectonic and all that stuff. But so far we have not felt it yet, because the surge has come so quickly. We didn't feel the effects of it yet, but we will.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So interesting. Well, it's amazing that you're back, and we're glad you had a great experience. And yeah, so cool.
I did. I had a most amazing time.
Perfect. That's the perfect time. That's a perfect kind of time to have. Okay, so Angie has some announcements. Why don't we do those first, and then we'll start with some blessings. And we didn't even, in our pre-talk, even take any, what are they called?
Requests.
Thank you. So maybe we can just shout out requests after we do the blessings, and after first announcement, then blessings. Can you please, I have some people in the chat that wants to do one. Wendy, Susan, anyone else wants to do a blessing?
Barb, she waved.
Barbara wants to do a blessing. Okay, we'll do those three. And then Angie, we'll get you at the end if you want to, or someone else wants to do one, we'll have them at the end. So announcements, blessings, requests, Jim, channeling. I'm
Okay.
I've been on too many planes. You see it?
Yes, but maybe that's the way it's supposed to be today. So
All right.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. We have our next class scheduled for Hucolo. It is Galactic Energy Healing Teacher Course. It's in 2 weeks. A Saturday, July 23rd, 1:30 to 5:30. We're just going to do it one day. That way, it is going to be more beneficial for people just to really only plan for one day versus two. The cost is $150. Again, 1:30 to 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and cost is $150. And please email classes@hucolo.org. I will get all the information out to you to register for the class.
Okay.
I will be teaching that class,
Thank
and
you, Jim.
Angie will be helping me out with it.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll start with Barbara for blessings.
Shatatakaniata hotokosha, shititikata haanata kiiti huati, kapatahata hiata honoto, katahishishiniata haki, kikikiata pataka shaniata hahata hayata, kutohoapa tahiata, kisitihiata koasha, inana kitiata koatihiata. Namaste.
May positivity rule your day and rule your mind. Remember that when positivity does rule within you, that you will feel the joy and happiness that is there all around you, and it will create a different world for you than what you are experiencing in the negative realms. There are sometimes those places that cause negativity, but avoid them at all costs, because this is the time for great power in your actions.
Thank you. Go ahead, Susan.
Right.
Tia sukoto e hikia, sokotoko e tia toko te tia e sikita. Ho se katoko e tia, ho e kia koto tokea hia, kuto hia sikikia o titikaya to. Hia sakato e kia ho koko e te kia e sukoto tia e toko tia ia, sikioia ia tatia ia doia ia doia ia e toko doia. Tira ko. That's it.
Life holds many mysteries for all of us. We may not learn everything there is to know, but we will learn what we seek to learn. and maybe things that come in from the outside. But take what you learn and bring it into an understanding of truth, an understanding that matches with positivity. For God created everything in the beginning to be positive and pure.
Thank you. Wendy, go ahead.
Blessings. Arokohiana rahai jukuhuro no uhuiana hahira ki tuhuaniara ta ienutu arana aurotu hiana ka itata utuhura na akairiti atao shkriamahara aka enyuru kuhuana haihurutunya aka amaniara ka ijuamahana arania kahirtu unyuruku ashuana Ashuana Aitiana Haiti Akair to Uhuenata. Blessings.
There are tears of sorrow and tears of joy. Both can be cleansing. Keep in mind that the world is filled with all kinds of compromises and all kinds of difficulties that you will come up against. No one is free of these things, and no one can expect to be free of these things. Remember to conquer these and overcome these things with the greatest of ease, with love, understanding, joy, wisdom, and compassion. If you cannot overcome these things with those particular virtues, then please pray to God that he will help you through things that you cannot understand.
Thank you. That was a new language, Wendy. I've never heard you speak that one before.
Yeah, they keep switching it up with me as my expansion is happening. There's more coming.
Perfect. Okay,
so
everyone, let's see. As far as requests, okay, the Maveth is right there. Jeshua, Siddhartha, and the Elohim. If anyone else has a request, they can just say it. You can just say it if you want. Elijah from Angie, Isis and Toth from Susan.
A golden dragon named Shina Ra.
Okay, golden dragon, Shina Ra. Anyone else have a request? Barbara, Safira, Stephanie, Darren? Someone we haven't heard of before. That's from Lily. That's good. Okay. Anyone else? In the YouTube chat, I'll give you a second to type your chat. Someone requests God, and someone else requests Anakin Skywalker, even the fictional, maybe even the fictional energy of Anakin Skywalker from Daniel Kaneda. Mother Earth from Hey Met Wally is requested. Benny requests Grindel, and I think Luba's just coming in. So that's, Luba, do you have a request?
Yes, I do. I have a few questions.
No, requests. Do you have a request for what?
Oh, request? No. No, whoever comes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so do you want me to go through that list again, Jim, or?
Yes, please. That was
it's kind of back and forth. Okay, we have Yeshua, Siddhartha, the Elohim, Elijah, Grindel, someone we haven't heard of before, Isis. Oh, Susan, your thing disappeared. Bigfoot. Oh, Isis and Toph, and from the YouTube chat, God, Tesla, Mother Earth, Anakin Skywalker, Walter Russell, or the names, and Mother Earth. Yeah, if I said that twice, I don't know. Yeah.
There was a golden dragon in there somewhere.
That was from Wendy Shar. How do you say it, Wendy?
Shina Ra.
Shina
Ra.
Ra. Yes, Shina Ra.
Shina Ra. All right. I remember that one. That one sort of stuck with me and for some reason.
And it was Susie the Bigfoot from Barbara.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for being here. And I will see who comes first. Have a wonderful session. Think positive thoughts and we will work together here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Greetings. I am Elijah. Today I want to talk to you about something very important. Many of you find yourself in a place where you are reaching out and you are understanding who you are in a little better light and what you want to be in a little better light and where you're going in a little better light. But let me also tell you this. There will always be some failures, and do not look at that as a negative thing. Look at that as a stepping stone to something greater. Look at that as a learning or a teaching. Even all the prophets, even all the gods, even those that you have learned about through all of history have had their failures and weak points. So therefore, you will have failures and weak points also. Even Shiva, even Buddha, even they questioned things or did things that were not appropriate. But things worked out for them because they were following in a true path. They were following in a way that brought them into the light eternal. They were looking for the truth. And so even after making errors, they found it. Even after making mistakes, they were able to find their way because their eyes were on God. Their eyes and hearts were geared toward a higher purpose. They were not functioning on just the energy of the world, but they were also functioning on the energy that was above them. You must also find that energy to function in. Remember, even in the most honest man, there can be a lie. Even in the most beautiful personality, there can be a flaw. Even in any situation, there can come some failure in it or flaw in it. This is not to be judged. This is not to say, aha, I see that you are not perfect. But this is the moment to say, oh, I will pray for you. I will help you. I will reach out to you. Or you'll just know and understand that you have the same flaws and inabilities as others do. You will never be a perfect person, but you will be perfect in your intention, perfect in your sight with God, perfect in all the things that you want for this world to become and want for yourself and others. It will never come out the way you think it will. I know many have been discouraged by that. They think it's going to turn out this way, and it turns out this way. Remember, God's plans are higher than your thoughts. God's plans are much higher than your thoughts. He knows more than what you could possibly know. He understands what you cannot possibly understand. there's a great deal of noise, but that's all right. He is with you at all times and knows what you can do. And you can do greater things than you believe you can do. There are many people that are stifled because they don't believe in themselves. That is what is stifling them. They cannot believe that they can do all the things God wants them to do. Either that, or they don't see the reason why God wants them to do certain things. There are many evidences of that in scriptures everywhere of all kinds. That they give you an understanding of, God gives you an understanding of what's going on, but yet you don't see it. You don't understand it. But you must follow blindly until your eyes are opened. God loves each and every one of you and knows each and every one of you in a different way. The energy of God is here with us now. The energy of God is moving among us. The energy of God is our strength and joy. You are here for a reason. Things are not just accidental. It may appear sometimes that you come upon things accidentally, but they are put there for a reason, for you to grow, or for you to help, or for you to understand. This world is filled with curiosities and things that you will never understand. But God leads in the way that he knows best for you. Do not take pride in yourself. Do not take pride, I've done this and I've done that and I've overcome this and because you are depending on God. And as you are depending on God, he is moving you forward. Your ego should be out of it. Your ego should be in him. For he is the power and the strength and the creator. He made you who you are. You are his blessed creation. And what does the pride do anyway? Pride goes before a fall. That is what the saying says. I do not want any of you to know what that means by experience. I do not want you to know what that means by experience. I want you to move ahead. I want you to move freely with God. And in saying that, I will end that particular section of my words today, but I do want to add something else. God's Son is coming. I am Elijah, and one of the purposes for me to be here is to tell you this. It is not immediate that he comes. He needs a greater introduction this time than last time, because this is a different world, a different time, a different place, a different culture. He needs a greater introduction and a greater standing than he had before. For if he would come in the same way as he came in the past, he would be overlooked. He came in a way last time that could be understood and move forward with the people because of the way of the culture, the way of the understanding of the peoples. But this is now, this day and age, a new day and age, a new understanding, a new culture, a new thought process. So God will introduce his son in a different way. Please accept him. He's not coming quite yet, but he's not that far off either. Many blessings to all of you. Give God praise and thanks and glory for all the things that are you and all the things that you have. For you are hampered compared to other parts of the world that are not. I know some of you are in grave places and in unhappy situations. Still give God glory for your life, though it may not be as you wish it to be yet. But he can change things and he can modify things. And many of you seen his change in your life as you bring yourself to him and bring yourself to the understanding of the things outside of this realm. Delight in God. Feel his glory and know him. Much love to you all.
Thank you.
Yes, I am the golden dragon.
Thank you. You were requested by Wendy, so we will bring her in first, ask the question, and then we'll open it up to everyone else, but welcome. Is there anything you'd like to share with us about who you are or a message for us? Are you here?
There is a message for you.
Please.
The dragon cultures around the universe and on your world. Very diversified they are. Many good, many bad. Many positive, many negative. Whatever words you want to choose. But they are all coming together in one thought. And that is that this place is valuable. This earth needs saved. Even the negative ones do not want to see it harmed, for they can benefit from it. And the positive ones, such as myself, wanted to glow, wanted to reach its highest potential, for it has much to offer the universe and much to offer the people in the universe. Not only the planets, the stars, the nebulas, the black holes, the different things that are there, but each species and individuals are affected by this world. It is letting us know its greatness. Gaia is leading by example in the universe by handling all the different discrepancies that have come upon this world. There is none other in such turmoil. There is no other world in such powerful hatred and damage. or in such powerful love and prosperity. It is a diverse and dualistic place, and it is a battlefield for good and evil. This is where it will be played out. This is the lands that will see the ends of all things, if there is such a place or time. We pray not that your people will find an end of all things, but it can happen. Be diligent, vigilant. There's the word. Be vigilant that you can change things for the better. Be vigilant that this home world of yours, that many of you have volunteered to come to, can be saved and molded and shaped into the thing that is meant to be. That is what I have to say.
Thank you very much. Wendy has a question. Go ahead, Wendy.
Thank you very much. And actually, Karen, I'm glad that you asked that, because that was one of my my main questions, was to find out more about the family, the collective.
Yes.
And I know that the I Am Here collective, which is part of your beings, and correct me if I'm wrong, but are you from Venus?
Venus is one of our inhabited places that we inhabit, but we are from more than one place.
Okay.
But Venus is one of them.
Okay. And so I was trying to understand, as you were coming into my awareness and, bringing me not just your name, but a few others, how is my relationship to you, and how am I connecting in to also assist with the collective of humanity? How can I be of more service?
Now, all right. First of all, your connection with me is to enlighten you to many things. You have many ideas and many different directions that you are moving. You are in action and very kinetic by the standards of this planet. This is good. Keep moving forward. Keep your eye on positive goals and positive things that can bring more information to the planet. My connection with you is to also share with you in all these things. The other thing that you ask is, where can you move forward? I would say that you can move forward with your spiritual activities. Some things that you do are not spiritually enlightened. However, they are enlightening other things, or bringing light to other pieces of information that do need to be uncovered. But your spiritual motion forward is what is most important. Keep that in mind. And do not be overwhelmed or overpowered by some of these things that you may learn, or over courageous to delve into some of them without understanding them too well, because they can be dangerous, even if they look harmless.
Thank you. Last night I had this dream where it was a bus, a two-sided bus, as if there were two trailers together. And one side had individual like bucket seats, and the other side was like carpeting and couches. And I was having a discussion and said, let's talk about the moon. Let's talk about the moon. And then I went to wake someone up from the uncomfortable spot because they were laying across three bumpy seats, and said, come over to the carpeting where you can lay down and straighten out. So what does this represent to us?
This represents that you're trying to bring people from negativity into positivity, because what you saw as the bumpy road is the road that is not quite nice enough. But God's road is a little better, a little bit more comfortable, even though it may still be in the bus. The bus is a sign that you are not in a lavish apartment or in riches or finery of any kind. A bus does not represent that. But you are on the better part of the bus because you are in God's side of the bus, and he will keep you in a higher form, in a higher way.
Beautiful messages. Thank you so much. My blessings to you. And ana hukuru ina hata tuku ira pa yen yujua mara kahru ina nata yishkru ma pa.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, Susan has a question. Go ahead, Susan.
Hello. And was your name Shinara? Are you Shinara?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if you were a representative of the Golden Dragons or if you were.
I am who you have called.
Okay, wonderful. So I know that I've been working with a New Earth dragon named Ulrich, who's been bringing in like Christed light, golden Christed light into my auric field since last year, and that I'm supposed to use it as part of my mission. And I'm just wondering if you have any advice as far as how to best focus this golden Christed light, and if there's any golden dragon that I should be working with for my mission.
It will come to you if you are one that is drawn to the golden dragons. The dragon will come to you, and you will not have to go to find it or look for it. It will find you. The golden rays, the golden light, is to be shared with others. This golden light is truth and understanding and wisdom, guidance. They are telling you with this golden light that you are someone who must teach something from that golden ray, from that golden understanding of truth and wisdom, and share it with the world. So therefore, this is something that is not to be possessed, but to be shared.
Okay, beautiful. Are you one of the ascended golden dragons? I know there's a clan of ascended golden dragons. I'm not sure if you are one and the same from that clan.
It is not to be said if I am ascended, but I am part of a greater league of understanding from outside of your realm. We do not live in quite the thought process that you do, but we are here to be teachers when we can be.
Okay, wonderful. I'll look forward to connecting with you more. Much blessings.
You are blessed.
Thank you. Stephanie's iPhone Stephanie, you had a question first before we even started. So do you still have your question?
No, I don't, Karen. Thank you, though.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, David has a question. Go ahead, David. David?
Greetings, hello.
Okay, great.
Greetings, hello.
Greetings.
So anything that you can enlighten me with that I can be of service with, or any kind of messages where I can help in any way on this journey?
All are to be in service. All are to be giving of all things that are within them. First, you must understand who you are in order to understand what you can give. Remember this: your love, your patience, your understanding, this all goes into the world and is seen. Your the way people perceive you, you must see how they perceive you so that you may perceive yourself in a different light than what you see yourself outside of being with other people. You must know that there is a way to be a guiding light without ever saying a word. by your actions, your deeds, your love, your understanding, your kindness. There are many people like this, that their missions they do not know entirely at this first, but they start off with showing the kindness, the purity, the wisdom of who they are, and growing into the being that can be used by God in greater ways. Yes, you have many things that can help the world, but you must help yourself first. You must know who you are and be able to control who that is and understand why you are the way you are. Each of you has your own personalities that you must understand and must help others with. You may say, well, my personality only can help a certain amount of people, which is true in some cases. That's why there's so many different personalities. That's why there are so many different ways to help. You must know yourself and know your highest good and know your highest way of giving of yourself. In this way, you can become greater.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Okay, Luba, she has a question. Go ahead, Luba.
Oops, sorry. Hello, greetings. I have a question. If you can give us update about CERN in Switzerland, what's going on there? There is so much going on, news all over. So I am wondering if you can spare a few words. Thank you.
You mean the Hadron Collider?
Yes.
It has been
Please.
turned on recently, within days of this time. There's search for more subspace particles is one of the reasons that it was turned on. Subatomic particles, I think they call them. There are some particles that they have learned only can survive a billionth of a second in this realm, whereas in another realm or another density or dimension, it may be able to survive longer. Because this density is so dense, the Hadron Collider finds it difficult to find all the smallest subatomic particles. They are working on that now. The problem is there is always a chance to create a black hole. With this kind of velocity and impact, there is always the threat of something very dangerous happening within the Hadron Collider. And they are taking precautions against that by changing the charge of the insides of the Hadron Collider to be less of a danger to the experiment that they are trying to conduct. This being said, they are still at risk of creating something or moving into some place that they have not ever been before, meaning that they have open portals to other places. They have done that already, but they cannot successfully go through into these other places, at least not yet. So what the Hadron Collider does for this world is to open opportunities that were not there before, but also open some other dangers that also were not there before. Fear not, though, they have not done anything of great damage yet. But I fear for a black hole. That would be a very bad thing.
Thank you for that. Karen and Jim were having a, oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Libby.
Sorry. I heard from different source that they will activate CERN this month, July 15, and we would feel it a month later here in the United States. And me personally, I don't see as a positive stuff, positive experience. It's more negative from whoever we call it negative. It could be, gosh, reptilian, grace, all entities who doesn't want any good for this planet and for its people. So that's what I heard. And I was wondering if that's Galactic Federation helping to eliminate this experience somehow.
This experience meaning your realm?
Yes.
No, galactic government would not do that. But there are, like I said, there are positives and negatives to what is happening there. They are not going about this to be evil. This is not their intent. The CERN collider is scientific, but it can have positive and negative effects. What you hear is slanted. They say evil, they say bad reptilian grays. There are some aliens working with the humans on these projects, but they're scientists. They're not trying to destroy this world. They're trying to understand the creativity and makeup of it. Subatomic particles are interesting in the sense that there is only 4 or 5 subatomic particles that make up your entire realm. But yet there are 12 that they have discovered. And these are all creative elements. All of them, not destructive elements, but creative. And so if there are 12 creative elements and your world is only made up of 4 or 3 or however many, that tells you a great deal about the universe and about other things that are to come. Do not put everything into a positive or a negative frame until you can understand what it is actually doing. Many people are afraid of what they do not know, and that is where all this fear comes from. Yes, the Hadron Collider has already been turned on already this month, a few days ago, yes. But it will be returned on again or turned on again later this month. That is true. You will feel it in some ways because it will affect the atmosphere a little bit, but you've always felt it every time it's turned on. So it does not mean that it's going to be a great, horrendous experience. However, I do fear for people that are working around the Hadron Collider, because if something were to go wrong with the Hadron Collider, their lives would be taken quite instantly. But I am sure they are safeguarding, and I know they are safeguarding as much as possible. I still fear that accidentally they may open a black hole or an area of space or a tear in time or something that they will not be able to handle. This is what I fear. Scientists are always taking chances. Scientists are always trying to find out the truth. And sometimes that can harm everyone. And sometimes it could be for the greater good of everyone.
I have one more question. Also, if you know entity name Auroran Drift Labus.
What do you mean entity name? You mean they're not human?
I don't. At the moment, he is walking for 13 years.
Yes.
But that's how he goes by, Auroran Drift Labus.
Yes.
And
Is he negative or positive?
Look like positive, but so many different information I never heard of. It's coming through him, and so I just wonder how true he is.
No,
if
I
he
do not.
is.
Go ahead.
No, keep going.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No.
No.
It's just I just don't know how if it's really true what he's saying, and if it's the person who's pretending, or he's saying who he is, that is he's here to, and others, like over 100,000 of them, to come and teach us. So as a teacher, so I wonder if that's.
See, I do not know this entity, this individual. I am not one here to look for those that are teaching and training, but here to do it myself. I do not want to interfere with anybody's information flow. They may be bringing good information, but if it's information that is unknown, then be cautious that there's no negativity in it that is going to make you dislike or turn against certain things. Those kinds of people are dividing the world and causing more problems than they are good. The enemy divides and conquers. And so if there's great negativity, there will be division, there will be hostility, there will be anger, and there will be hatred. Be aware not to be involved in these kinds of activities.
I'm just following and I'm listening, and I'm not falling for everything. It's just comparing when information come in as well from different sources, if it resonates or not. So of course, but yeah, definitely I'm using my own discernment. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so very, very much.
Very well.
Be blessed.
I am glad that you are using your own discernment. Be cautious, all of you, when doing that, because the enemy has a way of twisting thoughts. And
exactly.
I do not want that to happen with you.
Thank you so very much. Blessings.
Blessings.
Thank you. There's a question from Joan, if you're ready. And just to give Luba some comfort, the biggest Hadron Collider experiments happened on July the 5th. So we're already more than a week past it, and we're all still here. So I think we're okay.
Yes, I knew that it already had been turned off.
Yes, the big experiments.
Maybe I was just, I make mistakes but I know it's 5. I thought it's 15. So anyway, thank you, Karen. Thank you so very much.
I mean, just so you know, it's already happened. So there's no use all these things to come when.
The thing is,
yeah,
she is correct though. It will be turned on again.
Of course, I just read about it. They're going to run it. It was off for a couple years for upgrades. They plan to run it till 2025, then close it down for 2 years. They're not planning for any big major shifts. If they're planning to shut it down, do work, open it up again, shut it down, do work, I think they're pretty confident in the safety of it. So
yes, they will shut it down again after the 5th of this month.
Yes.
And restart it again later this month. Yes. Because they wanted to check out certain systems, and because they want to run a very serious set of tests, and it has to be very secure. So that is what they're doing. They're checking on the security areas of the collider, and they've run some preliminary tests to see the charge of the walls of the collider will hold up against these testings.
Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Joan has a question. Go ahead, Joan.
Yeah.
Oh, is it my turn? Greetings.
Yeah.
I know I've been working with the dragons in my dream state and even with the golden dragon. How am I connected to you?
Energy.
Energy.
We emit an energy that is different. We emit a golden energy that is not like the other dragons. Each species of dragons is different and emits their own kind of energies. Ours, due to many things in evolution over millions of years, has changed who we are in our density and in our energy. So that is what we are with you, how we are with you, I should say, is in our energy and in our positivity and in our enlightenment phases. We share energy with you.
I see. So do I have a soul dragon?
A soul dragon, everyone does if they believe they do. And so you do, yes.
Oh.
There are those of you that are drawn to the dragons because of billions of years of understanding of them and being one yourself at some point in time and space. So yes, you will find that those that have the dragon souls or dragon help will also have dragon downloads. And these downloads will tell you exactly where you are in this world if you listen to them. Listen carefully. They are always positive messages. They are never negative. They are never telling you what not to do, but they are always telling you what to do and telling you how to do. They are always uplifting, and they never put you in the way of harm. They never put you in the way of hatred or folly, but they always are edifying and uplifting.
Oh. Do you have any message for me for my ascension path?
Yes. Do not doubt yourself. You are doing well. I know that there are times when you feel that you have failed, but you have not. You are doing well and are moving forward. Everyone goes through these thoughts, and everyone goes through these kinds of changes and upward motions. Consider these things transition periods from one thing to another. There is also almost always difficulty from going from one level of understanding to the next level of understanding, because you sometimes have to strain to to understand change or to want change. But change is always and ever. No matter what happens, change will always be with you, and it is the most constant thing in the universe. Isn't that paradoxical? That change is the most consistent property of the universe.
Yes. Thank you.
Do not be worried. You are fine.
Thank you. I'm just going to take a couple of the questions from the YouTube chat very quickly, and then we'll come back to Safira. Let me see real quick where we are. Okay. Well, there's a question from Signal Fields that says, is the frequency of gravity approximately 486 hertz?
In certain places, yes.
Okay.
Gravity is different in different parts of the world on the surface. If you're talking internally, no, it is not.
Okay. Thank you. And Audio Rhythm asks, how is there a magic difference? How is your magic, the golden dragon magic, different to other dragons?
It is conducted differently. There are other kinds of magic that uses runes, or they use spells, incantations, potions. All these different kinds of things are different kinds of magics, earth magic, which is used in natural things of the planet, which is also used by the aliens, by the way, to make crop circles. Their magic manipulates the energies and changes the energies of plants and animals. Our energy manipulates the energy of, how would I explain this? There are energies between the planets, between worlds, and energies that are given off by all kinds of natural situations. We harness that and use that in our magic, but also there are words that are powerful in our magic that help to create things that are not there beforehand. You have to understand that the vibration of the voice can create a different kind of mood, atmosphere, or even a different kind of creation. We have learned from the very beginning of energy that it can be manipulated into different vibrational patterns that can change and create.
Okay, thank you so much. Did you? Yes, I was going to suggest Jim take some water. Okay. Hey, Medwali asks, how can we best work together with the golden dragons to lift the vibrations of Mother Earth?
Call on us. Call on us.
Okay.
We, oh, excuse me, there's something in my throat. We are here to serve. Just as other dragon populations have said, we are here to serve.
Jorma Lindberg says, Christy Clark is here. She's requesting another being, but I sent her a message saying maybe for another time, but isn't she the one that was with you in, with Jim in the UK or not?
Christy Clark is a male.
Oh, sorry, Christy Clark. Okay, Jorma Lindberg says the Galacticus have been healed that CERN, galactics have healed CERN so that it would never function again. It is a space portal for the Nagas.
That is not true.
Okay, thank you. It's working, Jorma, and it just worked very recently. So I take
the thing is, there are many very uninformed people about these things, and we must inform them correctly. CERN, the Hadron Collider, is a scientific project. It is not meant to be good or evil. Good and evil can come from it, but it is not intentioned by anyone to be that way. Yes, aliens are working on it. Aliens are part of its mission. But if anything were to go wrong with it, they would all go and be disintegrated along with whatever is happening. They are not looking to do this. They are not looking for danger. They are not looking for catastrophe. They are looking for information.
Yes.
Information that they do not have and wish to have.
Okay,
It
there's
is
a question
not about
from,
good or evil.
thank you. There's a question from Cami. Cami, I think this question would be for someone else. So I would hold on to your question. Ananias D says there's a place in Armenia similar to Stonehenge called Karahunj. I think that's the way you pronounce it, or Karahunj. And it says he was wondering what beings made that place and when.
Karahunj was made by the Shining Ones, that we're all also overlooking the Druids as they were in Stonehenge. The Druids were given recognition for Stonehenge, but it was actually the Shiny Ones who actually were the basic planners and were the basic ones who moved the stones a great distance to be where they are. You realize that those stones were not there originally. They are not from that part of the world. They are from Scotland, I believe. So how did these Stonehenge stones get to Scotland, from Scotland to here? Yes, that was the shiny white ones, and they were involved in that project as well. Do not underestimate the power of that area. It is very strong indeed, and also has solstice and equinox energies.
Thank you. All right, back to the room. I need to go in order, so let me start with who was first. Kat, sorry, I said we did Luba. Kat is next, then we do Safira, then Benny. Sorry for everyone for confusion. Okay, Kat, go ahead.
No.
Yes, hi.
Hello.
I want to check a theory that I have pretty rough. Is it consciousness accompanied by like a similar physical body that it's called ether?
Ether is that which is the nothingness of the universe, but is actually something. But what is your question again?
If ether is generated by consciousness, by the presence of consciousness.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it can be. That is true, it can be. But it also is created in many other ways. But consciousness is one way to create portions of the ether.
Because and what they detect, the science here today, what they detect about ether, they call it, I think they call it a dark energy. Am I correct?
They call
dark
some
energy.
dark energy ether, yes, but ether is more than just dark energy. It is far more than that.
I understand that is far more, but what the science detect today about dark energy? In my guessing, it's actually ether or portions of it.
Dark energy is not understood by your peoples or your worlds, but I can give you something that will help you with it. It's not a substance, but an energy that holds things together magnetically, synchronistically, and with intention. And I say that because some ether is not alive, but is created by living creatures and by living sources. But some ether is alive and sentient. At least as you know ether, that you are explaining to me, ether can have a sentience. The black matter, dark matter, that holds
dark energy, not black
dark
matter.
energy and dark matter are very similar. Dark energy is part of the universe, as well as positive energy and light energy. It is what it is. And
that dark energy is not that it's dark, but that's how they call it.
I know. It is what it is. And it does have a place in holding the universe together.
But that's what consciousness is doing.
Consciousness is not holding the world together, but it is creating ether. Ether is, you have to understand what ether actually is. But your consciousness is not holding the world together. If that were the case, your world would be flying apart right now.
No, I'm saying the consciousness as a concept, consciousness of
you
God.
mean the world concept?
Consciousness of God, it's holding the world together, let's say.
Oh, God.
Consciousness of God is the world.
Well,
exactly,
yes.
Yeah. So it holds everything together.
God's consciousness created all that there is. And so, yes, in that sense, yes. Be careful how you word things because it can be misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yes, the consciousness of God holds everything together, but he is not the ether. The ether is something different.
But I guess that ether is some sort of a body of God that it's like everywhere.
It's an essence of things that have been sent out as energy into space, such as consciousness, the thought processes, the sunspots or flares. The ether is created by all the things that there are.
Yeah.
But God created everything. God's is, yes, the essence of all things.
Good. I short question, a second question. I worked at a client yesterday, and I was attacked by. I mean, there were a lot of mosquitoes in the backyard, and do mosquitoes have a frequency that can be repelled?
Yes.
And what's the range? Do you have any idea? I will try to.
Well, it depends on the part of the world you're in. It depends on also the frequency that you hold. It depends on the frequency of the area that you're in as well.
Yeah,
insects are attuned to all kinds of vibrations. They are amazing creatures because they know the barometer, they know the humidity, they know what the wind speed is, they know all these things, the temperature of the air, all these things they know. The reason why they bite, and at certain times greater than others, is because their sense of sweetness is aroused, or there's something, food, they sense food as sweat, sweat as food, I mean, and blood is food. And so they know when these kinds of things are available to them. And if they need them, they use them.
What can I do to not being bitten?
Not be bitten? I would change your frequency. Well, actually, they hate lower frequencies. But the thing is, there's not much you can do except for change your frequency. You cannot change what you your blood or anything. But if you eat less sweet foods, onion and things of that nature, they do not like the pungent smells that come from the body as much.
Garlic
they do not like as much. Onion they do not like as much. So you may put something into your body that repels them.
Interesting. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
But
So
if go ahead.
Okay. Oh, did you have more on that?
Well, I just said if you eat sweet things and you have that is the scent that comes through the skin. They like the sweet things because they like flowers. They're just brought into nature, into the sweet part of it. So, and even though some of them are drawn to manure and things of that nature, to them, that smell is natural, organic. Sweetness is also organic, whereas the onions are not something that they feed upon, or garlic.
Yes. Okay.
Well, garlic comes out fast through the skin, I guess. So yeah.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're just a big bag of food for them. We're their food. That's why they bite us. All right. There's a question from Benny. True story. Okay. Go ahead, Benny.
Hi, greetings. I'm Benny from the Netherlands. I have two questions today, if I may. Thank you. You know, I'm a huge fan of the TV show The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, filmed in Utah in the United States.
Yes.
So my question is this TV show actually disclosure, and will they unveil a vortex, wormhole, or even a stargate to the public that will usher us into a new understanding of our human heritage and alien connections?
This area of the world, I believe it's in Montana.
Utah? Yeah.
It's somewhere in the west of the United States. It's northwest. It does have aliens there, and that base has been there for centuries. They will not leave, and they will not want to be discovered, and they will try everything in their power to stop them from finding them. Although they have all these evidences that they are there, they have not been able to actually prove it. And they know what they are doing.
Okay, so they will keep it a secret for us.
They will be discovered.
Okay.
There is no way to keep it from humanity any longer. It is time.
So disclosure can happen at some level.
Disclosure on your world has already started.
Okay, it's interesting. Can I ask a second question?
Of course.
It's about relating to my two past DNA infusions of Yael and Yelha. Is there any personal advice that you could give me to help me connect more with my alien friends? I meditate almost every day, but connection seems difficult to me.
The world consciousness contamination is very high. It's harder for people to meditate now than ever before on your world due to this. But I will try to help you with your connections. There are those that would wish to speak to you and communicate. There's those that wish to speak to all of you. Let me put it that way. This is an interesting group of people that is destined for a different understanding than most of the world. So that is why I say I will make efforts for you to get through.
Okay, that's so lovely. Thank you very much.
I pray that my efforts will help you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, Safira, go ahead.
Thank you, Karen. Hello, and thank you for coming with your wisdom and your knowledge.
Thank you.
So my question is not just for myself, but I will use myself as an example. When I sleep, my spirit goes to the fourth dimension. I go into an avatar and I live there as long as I'm sleeping, and then I come back. When I'm in the fourth dimension, I exhibit the most wonderful characteristics that are part of my highest blueprint and self. And when I come back, those go all dormant. So unless this is something that happens to everybody, I'm not sure why that happens. In other words, it's not rubbing off. And I don't know if it's just me blocking it or if this happens generally to everybody. Can you address that?
Yes.
Please.
I see around you a great amount of I don't even know what to call it. It keeps you away from a lot of things. It keeps you entangled in some ways on this planet. That entanglement is not meant to be there. That entanglement is meant to be overcome somehow. But it's like a huge vine that you're wrapped in. This vine is squeezing the life out of you. And when you are in fourth density avatars, and in fourth density in general, you are able to be free of it. It is not something that is even a part of you there. But here, makes you even hard to breathe sometimes, hard to think, hard to exist. You must get rid of this. Let me look at it closer. Is that all right with you?
Yes, thank you.
I see others that have this same entanglement. It's like a weed growing around you. It's like a trap. I have not seen this anywhere but on your world. I will have to analyze it better. But I will see what we can do to help you free yourself from this unusual phenomena.
That is very intense. So normally without that, we would be able to assimilate our higher dimensional aspects more easily. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, as soon as you would want to move forward in any way, it squeezes in. Okay. It squeezes the life out of all future attempts at anything. I've not seen anything. It's not a demonic force, and it's not it must be an alien force. That's all I can believe.
Okay, well, that's been very, I don't want to use the word helpful, but it's definitely helpful to know about that. because I've been wondering a long time. I'm always told how amazing I am in fourth dimension and how different I am in third dimension. And I was assuming it's not just me. So thank you for that information. I will continue to pursue this information after this.
It's hard to see, except with energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the golden light energy that I have, I perceive it, but it's more like a plant life. It's unusual.
Could it be from, like I have candida or fungus? Could it be the energy from those things?
Fungus, yes, it could be fungus.
Because a lot of people have fungus they don't, maybe not even aware of.
Fungus is very intelligent in many places.
Mm-hmm. Okay, may I speak to you about this at another time when I'm talking with this channel?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. The Mavis has a question. Go ahead, Mavis. Oh, he typed it. When our souls leave our bodies during sleep, if it is for a good purpose, like reconnecting with a lost or a good friend, could someone emulate death while meditating and interact with these souls?
It is possible, but it is dangerous. Let me tell you this. The humans are made of mind, body, soul, spirit, and emotion. Those are the different area characteristics that I see in them. The spirit can be removed and be on its own freely in the astral. The soul cannot be removed and have one survive. You can bring things into the soul. You can bring other entities into the soul. You can bring other experiences into the soul. But when the soul is removed by way of death, then it is not connected to the body any longer, unless you have the understanding of how to bring it back in through the chakral gateways. I think I should stop there, otherwise I'll be talking about that for a long time. The chakral gateways above the crown can keep the soul out of the body for a short time and dwell with those others that are not in the living form. But you have not conquered how to use those upper chakrals that are outside of the body yet to a very positive way. There are some in the Tibetan monks. There are some in some of the very deepest of understandings of the chakral systems that do understand how to do this, but it is very dangerous if you do not know what you are doing.
Okay, okay. All right, thank you so much. Lily Pat has a question. She hasn't asked one yet. Go ahead, Lily Pat.
Hello.
Greetings.
Yes. Actually, I have a question about. I was wondering if you have any relation, if you're related to any snakes, beings.
Any snakes?
Yes, beings. Yes.
No, the dragon population is not related to the snakes in a direct sense. Being that snakes are also reptilian in senses, and in that sense, we are somewhat related, but very distantly.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking is because I've been having many dreams or things about snakes, but that light up And I wonder, and it's everywhere, especially my shoes. So I was wondering if there's any message or what that means, because I'm afraid of them.
What colors are they?
It was lighting up in my closet, but it was like black, yellow light when they move, like a, I don't know, light. Yeah.
It was a black with yellow or yellow with black?
I think it has stripes or yellow. Black, maybe it was dark, but when as it moves, it light up.
Actually, a black snake can be positive or negative, and the yellow on it is very positive. So I do not know how to interpret human dreams, but I would say that in all cultures, snakes are usually very good in some way, even though you may be afraid of them. And that speaks to each species in some ways, because are we not afraid of the unknown? And snakes are a sort of unknown to us in many senses. We don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to act. We know what we know about them, but in the situation when you're in contact with them, some of them are very friendly and some of them are not. So the unknown, the thing that is unknown is the frightening part. Yes. If you would know what kind of snake it is and what it will do, then you will be able to handle the situation much better. But I say that the yellow parts that light up are very positive. It is a way to get out of the darkness. I would say the snake is representing darkness, and the lighting bright yellow is a way out of it. And I believe that you have been looking for a way out of certain darknesses for quite a while now. And these are giving you the proof that you can get out.
Okay, thank you. And I was wondering about the snakes in the snake, that snake, famous snake in the Bible, if that is if that is true about the snake, that sometimes they
in the Garden of Eden you are speaking.
Yes. Yeah, there's some people see it like as an evil. I don't, but
the thing is, it's a representation of a being that was not really a snake, because he was not a snake until after God smote him and he became a snake.
Oh.
This was a being in the tree. And when he deceived Eve and God found out about it, he smote him and told him he would crawl on the ground. And then he became a snake, not before. He was called a serpent, but he became a snake.
And who was he before a snake, serpent, originally?
He was the one who was cast out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you. And thank you so much.
It is not good or evil that you are looking, but knowledge. The tree of knowledge is what has been, they were not allowed to know about the tree of knowledge or know things, because they were in the bliss of God. God gave them a world where everything was good. There was not a bad thing in Eden. Everything was positive. Everything was loving. No deed or act was sinful. There was no sin. But when they disobeyed God by listening to the serpent, things changed. No longer was Eden pure. No longer was all things good. You must understand, they tainted their world.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
By disobedience.
Yes. So do you think now we doing better, humanity?
No.
Ah.
I do not think humanity as a whole is doing better, but I do think that there are many of you that are here to save it and help it to become better.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Okay, Wendy has a question. Go ahead, Wendy.
Oh, thank you. So with all these new energies in, I noticed, and I have heard many of my friends also saying that they're experiencing this exhaustion and needing to take extra time to revive the body. Last night, I literally slept for 13 hours with a few waking states. What am I assimilating, or what am I doing during this time? And how are others also going through this stage with these energies, please?
There are many things going on in these time periods. It's not the same for each, but for you, it was downloads. For you, it was a matter of escape from some things that you didn't want to face at the moment. And you want to actually make sure that you are doing the right things. And there are some situations that are just a big question mark for you. And this is giving you downloads and time to begin to sort out all the different things that are part of these things, some good and some bad. And you don't know if it is a teaching or if it's what it is that you're going through, but you're entering a new level of thought and understanding. So let it play out. Let it do what it needs to do, and then grasp the wisdom of it as it shows itself to you, because there are things the universe is speaking to you about.
Okay, thank you.
Does that
I
make
appreciate
sense
that.
to you?
Yes, I have a feeling that a lot of this is coming in with the healing work that I do. The higher understandings of various levels of access that I have to help others.
Yes. And do not be afraid to question yourself and these energies. It is there for your understanding.
Thank you. And I appreciate you helping all these people with their beautiful questions today. And thank you for coming. Blessings. My love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. There's another question from, let me see. David has another question. David, did you have another question or not?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful energy. I did remember something that's been quite interesting. It seems like the moon is like out of place from what it normally is. And last night it looked as if there was like a piece of it missing the way it was angled. Can you tell anything about the moon? Has the earth shifted more, or what's different? Why is everything like out of position?
The wobble of the earth takes the moon out of position. The wobble of the earth is more extreme than you would tend to believe. It is like moving very slowly and very off kilter. It has been this way for a while now. It was struck by some energies from the sun, and it was also struck by some energies from other places. Your world is under a great deal of new energy attacks or influences. Not all of them are attacks, but influences, surely. And so the earth is still trying to recover from this wobble. So you may see the moon in a different place one day, And then 3 nights later, it'll be over here, a different place, because of the wobble of the Earth. It will appear differently.
Well, is it more than usual from the past, 50 years? It just seems like it's unusual compared to the positions that I've seen over like.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Other people have noticed it as well. They've also noticed that the sun is no longer yellow, it is white. It used to be a beautiful yellow sun, but now it is a white sun. That does have meaning as well.
Okay. We'll look into that. Chiaro. Nahania ma'achan zurak kiwaha. Thank you. Love and light.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Susan has a question. Susan?
Yeah, sorry.
Back to Benny. Okay.
So I know Jim had mentioned earlier about the speeding up of time on the planet, and I know I've been feeling a lot of the exhaustion and like time not existing anymore. Like my day just goes really fast, and I'm sure others are experiencing that as well. So I don't know if you can speak a little about the speeding up of time and on the planet, and how and what the purpose of it is, and how we might best take care of our physical vessels while all these earth changes are going on. Thank you.
Well, first of all right, let me get to the basis of it. The algorithms of the planet, which are constant within the universe, are speeding up at the outer edges of the equations. I know that may not make any sense to you right now, but also light codes are coming in faster and with greater amount of energies than they came in before. So therefore the light codes are speeding up, and so are the algorithms at the end of the base calculations for the universe. However, it seems to be coming from this area of the universe. This solar system seems to be what is causing it. And your planet is one of the base areas in this universe that is speeding up even greater than some of the other areas. Now, they have noticed the speeding up of time. They have announced it even a few years ago that time on your planet has sped up just slightly. The planet is going slightly faster than it was before. That is also because of the wobble of the Earth. But now the wobble is greater because the speed of the Earth is slightly greater as well. As the speed of the Earth gains even seconds, or it's not even at a minute yet, but that's still a great speed up in time. And it will make everything seem like it's different and faster. And with the light codes are everything that you see all day long with your eyes. The manipulations of the light codes moving at greater speeds will change your perception of time and energies and things of this nature. Lots of people are more fatigued. They will sleep longer. They will feel like their energy is being pulled away from them because the light is moving so fast in the codes within them, because they are taking in the codes that are these light codes. And the algorithm of the Earth and other planets has changed. And as that algorithm speeds up as well, which is a numerical but yet dimensional perception, it is also causing a great deal of thought processes to be blocked and fuzziness of mind and people are more forgetful now than ever because of this, because information is speeding by and they're not picking it up as easily as they once did. Does that make sense to you? Because the speed of information is now so great on your world in the algorithm of the planet that you cannot even pick up your natural information from the brain because it's moving too fast in the brain. This is part of the algorithmic change. And it's some people are that are smart and have great and high IQs are easily adaptable to it. But if you do not have genius IQ or very high IQ or understanding, it can be difficult to keep up with the algorithms and light codes. Does anyone understand that?
Yes, I mean, that's kind of how I've been feeling, difficulty concentrating on mental tasks for my job and so forth. And
everyone is having this though.
Yeah, it's been difficult to deal with.
It is. And we hope that it slows down again a little bit, which it has just a slight bit. But it went from a few seconds back to maybe just a couple seconds, but still it's still way faster than it should be.
Okay, thank you for that very detailed answer. That was wonderful. Much blessings and love.
It is a very scientific answer because no one understands the algorithms of the density. The density and the dimension that surrounds the density are all changing in some way. And they are two different things. The density is the vibration. And when the dimension speeds up, the density also changes in its vibration and speed. So, but the dimension is how we see the world and how we look at it and how we perceive ourselves and others and all these things. And now that perception is changing dimensionally. It is a very interesting time. Do not be too afraid. We do not know what it brings. It could be something very positive, perhaps even faster evolution for your planet, but we do not know for sure.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you. Just in the last few minutes, there's a question from Benny. I wanted to get that in. Go ahead, Benny, ask your question.
Yes, thank you. I'm so sorry. I have a few small questions to ask about the Stargate in Skinwalker Ranch. I forgot to ask.
Very good.
So sorry. Do you know which alien race is in control of the Stargate? Is it the Lupine Collective?
No. The Orions created the Stargates, but right now the Pleiadians are in charge of them. And that is causing some problems in the universe as well. The Orions don't like it that the Pleiadians are working with the Stargates because they were the original creators of them. Now, there are 12 great Stargates on your planet and many other smaller ones. I heard 52, I heard 60, I heard many different numbers. But the 12 great Stargates are controlled by the crystal skulls. And there are 2 Stargates open and 2 more going to open, or are 2 functional, I should say, and 2 more that will be functional soon. The functional ones are Stonehenge and Chichen Itza. The other 2 are Pumapunka and Mount Shasta. That will be actually energized and be completed soon.
Okay.
But yes, it's the Pleiadians right now, with the help of the Orions, but the Orions would prefer to be in charge.
So that kind of answers my second question. The so-called skinwalkers or werewolves or shapeshifters that have been seen in the past by many people. So are these beings of the Lupin race or some other race?
They are a different race. They are a shape-shifting race, and they have been here on your planet for many hundreds of years now, and actually closer to more than 1,000 years, I would say. And they are from distant galaxy, and that's why they decided to stay. The travel back to their home world is not an easy one. Even with their technology and wormholes and star system thought processes, getting here was a little bit of a fluke for them. They sped up faster than the speed of light for the first time ever in their history, which many thought was not possible to do. And they ended up in this galaxy at the end of it, near this world. And so they decided to stay and not even attempt to return, at least the ones in this spaceship that it is now buried there. They are not going to attempt to return to their world. They still have communications with it, but they are not attempting. There are many beings still there. They are not dead. And they do have other craft that comes in and out from other dimensions through a wormhole that is set up right over the Skinwalker Ranch.
And so will their crafts be discovered by us?
They have already been seen.
I mean, the craft that was buried in the soil.
Yes, they will be discovered.
Okay.
They know that they know what is happening in the world. They understand that this world is ready for disclosure in some ways and not ready for it in other ways. What they are afraid of is they will not be accepted. They do not look human. They can shapeshift and look more human, but they are not human. And you will be able to tell, even when they're in their human form, they cannot look completely human.
Okay, but they are friendly by nature. They are benign.
Well, at this point they are, but they're being the intense research that's being done there has really made them sort of angry.
Okay.
But they are not hostile. Otherwise, you would have seen something more than you have already.
Okay, so but there will not be direct mutual communication between us and them.
Eventually, yes. There already has. They understand every word you say.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's nice. Thank you so much for this information.
You're welcome.
I will stop now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We are out of time. Thank you so very much for being here. And this is, I think, the longest conversation we've had with a golden dragon. So thank you very much for your beautiful communication today.
I will leave you with a prayer.
I'd like to invite you back as soon as possible.
Whatever. Yeah. Blessings.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back. Thank you for that very nice channeling.
Thanks.
Okay, next week we have Taliwa. She's new to Hucolo, but very nice channeler. I'm excited for everyone to see her channeling and experience her. She channels all kinds of galactic beings, and she's very, very in tune lady. So we will have her here next week, and then Jim will be back in
The 30th.
the 30th. So 2 weeks without Jim again, and then we're back on the normal schedule of you every other week.
Yeah, the reason is I have a class on the 23rd. Those of you who are taking the teacher class for galactic energy healing, that is the 23rd.
Right.
So that's why I won't be here then.
Right. So now, right now, that's perfect segue for Angie to do the announcement about the class.
Hi, thank you very much. The Galactic Energy Healing class is in 2 weeks, Saturday, July 23rd, 1:30 to 6:30. We're going to do it all in one day. That way people only have to make an adjustment or prepare just for one day versus two. The class is $150, and you can register by sending an email to classes@hucolo.org. I'll get all the information out to you on how to register for that class.
Thank you.
Eastern Standard Time is when, and again, Jim will be teaching that class.
Okay, great. And so if you will take us out with the blessing, we will say goodbye till next week. Thank you, everyone. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you to everyone in YouTube, also everyone in the room that was here today. Yeah, nice to have Jim back. Okay, Angie.
Dohorotait kantarataita muhoro tukwari iki naharakatu shana mohorataika marotakaisha nuhurasa. Namaste.
The darkness will be overcome as we move forward and bring light to worlds across the universe. We will help yours as well and bring light to it. But we see that there are many difficulties here, but they can be overcome, and we will not stop until we see a light of hope that is greater than the one we see at the moment. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you, everyone. Much love to you. Blessings, and we'll see you next